Come on, Rumble. Let's get past this pre-roll. There we go. Okay. Well, YouTube still. There we go. Caught up. All right. Well, holy crap. Yeah, it's been a while. Holy Moses. Whew. Had a bad couple weather days there. Sorry, everybody. And then had a couple family issues take up some time. So, but yeah, I am back. And no, I am not abandoning you. I am here to stay. Even with the YouTube, the proof I now have of YouTube's not just shadow banning me, outright messing with my subscriber count. And I will say it out loud. While a small YouTuber can't, a small streamer can't grow on Rumble. Sorry, you can't. Sorry, Rumble. You've concentrated on just the big people. That's not what built YouTube. The small people are. I have proof through the YouTube analytics that YouTube has held my channel back to the tune of at least 400 subscribers now. So, okie doke. But I am here to stay, and bad weather and family issues or not, we are going to talk tonight about, oh yeah, the Epstein kerfuffle. And just to let you know, I'm going to copy backwards on this. Because usually I copy and paste. Let me see here. Usually I copy and paste the Rumble, the YouTube chat to Rumble. Tonight, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to paste the stream the other way around. Let's see here. Boom. Here we go. Copy. So I'm going to paste it in the YouTube chat. Because, oh, hello. Let me paste. Oh, hello. What are we doing? There we go. I'm going to paste it the other way. For everybody on YouTube, that is a link to the Rumble chat, and I will do the same the other way around, but normally I don't do it that way, but you know, just in case YouTube starts screwing with the stream like they did last time, yeah, you don't know. You just don't know what's going to happen. So let's get the YouTube stream here, put that in the Rumble. That would get it going both ways. Paste. All right, so now you can go opposite directions, guys. We have the YouTube chat in the Rumble and the Rumble chat in the YouTube. All right. We are going to talk Epstein, though. I mean, stuff is getting purely stupid out there. Let me check my sound. Chat. Yes, okay. Oh. All right. First off, we're going to start off with something. I have not given up on Donald Trump. As you can see, my Trump hat is still behind me. Yeah. But, I'm not going to lie. I'm not in a cult. I've been a Trump supporter a long time. But this has definitely damaged not just mine, but a lot of MAGA, honest MAGA people a little bit. Anybody non-honest, or pure cult, or no matter what, those are the cultists, the lick Trump's butt types, I guess. Which you know I'm not. Holy crap, this is just ugly. By the way, hello to you guys on Rumble. I see you there, and there are more of you than there are on YouTube. So, yeah, YouTube is still in this process of making sure my channel goes nowhere. And I don't say that lightly. I've been a YouTuber for multiple channels now for over 10 years. And when your analytics show that what you should have and what they've done, sometimes YouTube providing great analytics is a bad thing for them. So I don't say that lightly. I spent during the couple days I was off there with the weather and my family stuff, I spent time going over their analytics. And yes, my crappy little channel, it'd still be crappy and little, but it should have around 672 subscribers instead of the 212 subscribers. So, yep. All right, so done whining. Jay Watterson, how you doing? Jay Watterson coming in with a flip. Not giving me the flip-flop yet. But as I was saying, I am a longtime Trump supporter. But anybody that's an honest Trump supporter can look at the good he does, but also see the bad, and this is bad. The fact that Donald Trump is pissing around about this, and yes, I'm going to say he's pissing around. This looks bad. We can talk some theories tonight. I'll go into some, but let's dig into a few things here. First off, let me get my headphones on. Pam Bondi said she had the Epstein list. Now, this is Kash Patel back in the day. So let's see what Kash had to say then.
Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list. Bill Gates is lobbying Congress night and day to prevent the disclosure of that list.
That's crazy. I remember watching this then. Yeah, Bill Gates, and it's been reported multiple times that Bill Gates was trying to stop the Epstein list from being put out. Hey, no, Jay Watterson, I never said it was going to go away. I said it wouldn't go away if they didn't release anything. I never said if Trump screwed the pooch on this or Bondi screwed the pooch on this, that it would go away. I never said that. Feel free to pull up a video where I said it was just going to poof, go away if they screwed the pooch on this. No, we talked multiple times here.
Bill Gates is lobbying
Now, I never
Congress.
said, whoopsie. It's going to replay. I love that stuff. I never said it would just disappear. I said that I really had faith and hope that they would release it properly. Even though, how many times have I bitched and bitched and bitched? Yes, bitched about Pam Bondi. How many times have I call her Spamela Blondie? I do not like Pam Bondi, and if you want to talk about something weird, I think Pam Bondi is the deep state plant here. The whatever, what do you want to call her? The CIA plant. They got Matt Gaetz out. We discussed this on at least one of the past streams. I believe early on when this whole Epstein thing, after her first screw up, and then I believe the last stream I was on, we talked about that. I believe I said that it's weird how Matt Gaetz, this stuff just popped up, and Matt Gaetz, a guy who had some real balls in there, suddenly said, I'm out. I'm out. And then everything they accused him of suddenly went away too. So, okay. I'm going to say that Pam Bondi, all right, guys, right away, bring your tinfoil. When you come into the stream tonight, bring your whole roll of tinfoil. You want to bring the flip-flops too? Fine, but wrap your flip-flops in tinfoil because you're going to need them. So, I don't think, Jay Watterson, that you and I were ever in disagreement. It was going to go away. I really don't think I ever said that. But this is stupidity. We've gone past it. Now, I did say I was worried about Dan Bongino. That I had respect for the man. How can he do this? And then the next day or so, Dan Bongino come out and going, this is stupid. Reports are that he wants out. That this is crap. That he can't work with Pam Bondi. And then Kash Patel was saying, well, if Bongino goes, I go. Yeah, but shit just keeps going downhill. They released a video supposedly showing, now we talked about that video of the cell block. Ooh, but we were poking holes in it that night. Hell, we were talking about this shit before anybody else. That's when YouTube suddenly took my stream down, weirdly. So yeah. Jay Watterson, I'm going to agree with you on, and I'm going to go full out here. I'm going to agree with you on Patel and Bondi and Trump. Some. Bongino looks like he's the one who may have integrity on this and may be fighting this bullshit. In fact, I would not be surprised. This is not a stand. I'm not going to be surprised if Dan Bongino quits in the next week or two. Month maximum if shit does not go reversed. But I got a bad feeling that Trump, one, to Trump's mind, as we discussed in the last stream, he is looking at a whole different angle than we are to Donald Trump. I don't think the man understands how big a deal this is to you, me, and the rest of us down here. From his angle, saving the country, stopping the wars, getting the illegals out is his thing. To us, we see all that, and yeah, we're happy to have that. But Epstein strikes at our very households. And I don't think Trump sees that. So I think Trump has screwed himself. In fact, I'm going to say it's the biggest dent in MAGA ever. In fact, if Trump doesn't come out on top of this, if Trump doesn't wake the fuck up and fix this hard and fast in the next, I'd say in the next week, I'm going to say the midterms are gone. You can't fix the midterms. If he, in the next 5 days, this next work week, by next Friday night, if he hasn't done something to get shit out there or fix this, done. End of the midterms. And I'm going to say it'll be a huge, no matter how he does on immigration, no matter how he does on the economy, no matter how he does on wars, I'm going to say this will be a huge dent in Donald Trump's legacy. And Donald Trump is all about his legacy. So let's hope he wakes the fuck up. And yes, we will talk other conspiracy theories a little later. Or maybe conspiracy theory just means we'll find out in a month or two what we said might be right. But I think Dan Bongino is the one, possibly, that may be standing up for this. All right, so we'll go on here in a second. Oh no, Jay Watterson, buddy. You know how you and I think, bud. Oh no. We are really close. Trust me on that. Bongino, I don't think Bongino, yeah, but Jay Watterson, we looked at that. We talked about that. Bongino he looked miserable. He looked freaked out for Bongino. I've never seen that man look that way. Even when he's fighting cancer, didn't look that way. So something is screwed up. Something is going on. But we can talk about this. We're going to head up in there, but we'll get there, Jay Watterson. You are always, trust me, I wish I could just jump like you do, but I got to try to go because people are going to watch this. Not everybody knows as much. There are people who know more, but not everybody knows even the little bits we're going to walk through. But this is from the 11th, July 11th. Next order. Breaking. Now Kash Patel is considering resigning if Bondi stays and Dan Bongino goes. This is after Dan Bongino said, well, from what they're saying, reports. And these are a lot of reports, not just from Laura Loomer, from a bunch of people. Alex Jones, other people who have insiders were saying Bongino's threatening to quit. Says he cannot work with Bondi anymore after this bull's crap. So I think what happened, and this is me, I think Bongino put his trust in these people. Bongino is a true believer. Once again, these are my suppositions. Throw the flip-flops all you want. But in the future, if this goes wrong, I'm just giving you my suppositions. I think Bongino, after watching the man, listening to the man for so long, I think he's a true believer. I don't think he gave up on a billion-dollar business to go in and do this for bullshit. I don't think he went in there to sully all the reputation he built for this. I think he was a true believer in Trump, true believer in Kash Patel, maybe not in Bondi, but I think Kash Patel and Trump. And I think this has messed with Bongino. It just is bullshit. Don't care he gave the interview and said what he said. Jay Watterson, like I said, we don't know what was told, what was done to him. We don't know. What if we find out? I mean, I don't know you, but let's just say you are married, you have kids, or you have kids and grandkids. You have a mother, a father, a niece, a nephew. What if they came to you and said, that's a beautiful family? Thankfully, nothing has happened to them yet. Are you willing to give up maybe your whole family being deleted over the next 5 to 10 years, weirdly, just deleted for this. We don't know. Discussed that last stream, but I don't know if any of us would be that brave to have our whole family deleted. Any agency or agencies that could delete a president of the United States more than once, attack the current president, it is a possibility that they could definitely take out your whole family, being you not a president, make you disappear. How many people would be willing to sacrifice their son, daughter, wife, mother, father, niece, nephew, cousins, all of them? Not many. So it's easy for us to say, well, I don't care, he gave the interview, but would you sacrifice your whole family? And those who don't have a family, I get it, but it's easy to say. All right, let me check you guys on Rumble. I am trying to do better at that. No, this is a late night stream, and we are gonna definitely stretch the limits tonight, and we can feel free to put the tinfoil on and throw out options, opinions, whatever else. Jay Watterson, whether you and I agree or not, I love how you toss stuff out there. It is nice to have you able to do that, and feel free to do that here without worrying that I'm just going to cut you off or agree or disagree. It's nice to know that you are always here to do that. So I appreciate you, man. All right, but yeah, but Kash Patel, man. I don't like Kash very much because I think Kash is... Okay, Jay Watterson, since you are here, you are the man ass right here, right now. Definitely got to keep throwing you under that bus, my friend. That you get for being the most outspoken. I see the other people here in the background lurking, and welcome, by the way. Jay Watterson, who do you trust more, Kash Patel or Dan Bongino? For me, Dan Bongino, any day of the week. He spent too much time building his own, building his reputation. Some of his media presence threatened the best thing he could do is go public. Well, the problem is, it doesn't matter going public. These people are so big. We are thinking of people so big that they could keep the whole Epstein thing under wrap all this time. Think about this. These are people powerful enough to control the FBI, the CIA, huge parts of our government, maybe even the governments of other countries. This is probably, maybe not probably, this may be the hugest scandal in modern human history. It may be. So it is possibly, honestly, it is possibly the biggest scandal in modern human history. This may cover insanely powerful people everywhere around the planet. So, daring them to do something? They took out a president of the United States, the deep state did. They tried to take out Trump. There's no way that all the coincidences line up for this weird kid just to do it. I'll say it. So, yeah. Patel is possibly compromised through his wife's connections. Yes. That, Jay Watterson, I will agree with you on. It is a very big possibility through Patel's wife's connections. Yes. That's where I would see that chink in his armor. And or, I do not know. I do not believe Patel has kids, but he does have family. Once again, how many people would be okay with their whole family being deleted? And these are people that can screw with the internet. Remember, they took down that CIA guy that guy who was supposed to have info back in the day. You couldn't even say his name forever. It was deleted off the internet for a long time. They can delete you. How many people are willing to have that? Tucker said the quiet part out loud at Turning Point. Yes, he did. And once again, buddy, you're ahead of me. I've got shit up here, man. Look at them tabs. I leave my tabs there for you guys to see on purpose. So you can see I got stuff. All right, let me get this going here. Let's bring this down. We are done with fun time. All right. And my voice is a little iffy. I've been dealing with, like I said, a lot of family stuff. And boy, we had some fun weather here. We had 6.5 inches of rain in less than 24 hours. Woo! Frisky. All right. So, Jay Watterson said he believed in Bongino until recently. Me, I still believe in him. I didn't the other day. I was having doubts. But after Bongino coming out and, like I said, Laura Loomer, Alex Jones, and multiple others with a lot of mouthpieces inside the administration are saying, yeah, Bongino is pissed. That gives me hope for Bongino. And when it sounded like Kash Patel would leave if Bongino did, I kind of had a little hope for Kash. But now Kash, oh buddy, Kash Patel just confirmed he's not leaving and will be staying until the job is done. Saying it's honored to serve the president. What job, Kash? I don't want to be the dick to impugn this man's honor, integrity, but I don't like this. I do not like this. Damn it. I had hope for Kash Patel. I liked the man. Not as much as Bongino. But this is stupid. Kash Patel, the conspiracy theories just aren't true. Never have been. All right. This is where I get colorful with my language. Why in the fuck? Why in the absolute fuck, then, has Pam Bondi been screeching about how she's got the documents? She's got truckloads, thousands of hours of videos of Epstein pay stuff showing people doing stuff with children. Yeah. She's got the client list. She said that. I've got clips of that. Why in the absolute shit were they saying that all this stuff they have, then suddenly, oh, there's nothing. We're not going to prosecute nothing, Kash. Nothing? If you got these videos of this shit going on with these kids, you don't have to release the kids. You blank those faces, and then you get the shit out that shows the people doing this nasty shit. You're going to tell me, in all these gigaquads of video, you got no faces you identify? Bullshit. Because that makes this whole thing Epstein did useless. Why would he have all these god-danged video cameras and hard drives and discs and surveillance stuff and documentation if it wasn't going to do him any good? That makes no damn sense, Kash, and you know it. I don't want to be treated like the smooth brains on the left. Sorry, Kash. We are not the lefty smooth brains. You tell us shit like this, we go bullshit. We're going to look back at you, Kash, go bullshit. And as Jay Watterson said, he said this shit ain't going away. He's right. This is getting worse. It doesn't matter what Trump does on the border. It doesn't matter what he does on the wars. It doesn't matter what he does with the economy. This shit will cling. People are not letting this go. And the left can use this in the midterms. The left can use this in the next presidential election. This stinks. Stinks bad. The conspiracy theories just aren't true and never have been. It's an honor to serve the President of the United States. Sorry, I'm making fun of Kash because he's pissing me off. At Real Donald Trump, and I'll continue to do so for as long as he calls on me. I would have respected Kash more if he'd actually stood up for Bongino on this. Wouldn't you? Hey, Connie, what's up, honey? Far North, what is up, buddy? How you doing, Far North? Man, how you doing tonight, Bunny? Sorry I was gone, Bunny. Bad weather and some family stuff. We had some frisky weather. Thanks for sending it my way, hon. Far North. I agree. There is nobody now that can say this is not a cover-up. And I do not like that Donald Trump's involved. I don't know how much Donald Trump really knows about this. I don't know how much I was on this prize. Once again, I'm going to say it for everybody new coming in. Make sure you bring your tinfoil, because tonight we are going to be needing the tinfoil. Wrap your head, wrap your hat, wrap your flip-flops in tinfoil, because you're going to be using it. And feel free to throw out your conspiracy theories, your ideas of what's going on, your conjectures. We are here for it. Let me check everybody on Rumble. And even if my voice goes, I will still be here. My voice is back to my brother, and I've had a lot to deal with the last couple days. All right. So, this is not going to go away, as Jay Watterson said. Not only that, I think it's going to keep getting worse. It is going to get worse. All right, so let me check you guys here. Epstein isn't a left versus right issue. No, it is not, Jay Watterson. That's the problem. That's where Trump has really screwed this up. This is not a left or right problem. This is an everybody's pissed problem. Yep. People care that people who hurt kids get justice. Yes. Even in jails, it's been a well-known thing for decades. If you are a kid diddler and you go to jail, even mass murderers hate you and want to take you out. Even somebody who will off 20 or 30 people will look at you as a kid diddler and go, oh, you're just too nasty to live. That is bad. It is visceral in us. Visceral. If anybody ever touched a child in my family, yep, I'm going to be looking at you, not from my house, shall we say. I don't want to say because YouTube gets squirmy. YouTube already takes my streams down for fun. Then admits later, oh, oopsie. F you, YouTube. Rumble doesn't do that because Rumble has a little common sense. Just too bad you can't grow in Rumble. All right, so I do see you guys on Rumble, and I posted a link to the YouTube chat there, and I actually posted a link to the Rumble chat in the YouTube side this time. Because if YouTube does decide to do something stupid, head on over to Rumble. All right. Let's see. There's a reason the Dexter series is popular, 100%. Besides, the actual original series is well written, too. And it was different, but yeah, it was written. It was that way for a reason, yeah. It was very popular. Kid diddlers and all the bad guys. Elon needs to shut his mouth. He was buddies with Epstein. There are pictures of him with, yeah, well, there's pictures of Trump with Epstein, too. I mean, hey, tinfoil hat on. Once again, my Trump hat is right behind me, as you can see. I'm not giving up on Trump. I'm going to think that one of two possibilities here. Conjecture as usual. Opinion as usual. So hang on to them flip-flops. I'm going to say that Donald Trump, one, he does not see from everything the man is dealing with, everything he's trying to do, he does not understand or see from his golden throne how important this was to people. That now it's smacking up his head going, holy shit, this is big. Two, let's go. Grab an extra roll of tinfoil. Maybe that bullet to the ear was the deep state going, that's it. Though they went to him and said, next time we won't miss. You can have your economy. You can have the illegals. Don't you fuck with the Epstein thing. The Epstein thing will be the one you're going to take heat on. You are not going to get that out. You will not. If you do, we will delete Barron, your wife, your daughters, your sons. We'll delete your exes. The Trump name will go away. That is the tinfoil thought part. I think it's the first one. Trump did not realize from his angle how important this was. Now it's going to smack him upside the ass. And keep that tinfoil on for a second. Because like I said earlier in the stream, it's weird how Matt Gaetz, who had balls, huge balls, suddenly I'm out when somebody accused him of something, then all that shit went away. And then Pam Bondi's in. Pam Bondi's always sitting right there, smiling away, even when Trump's taking heat over this. That fucking annoys me. Just saying, is that how he knows that Trump is in them? Maybe. Maybe. But I don't think if Elon would say that out loud if he was in them enough. But see, far north, I know you're in New Zealand, but the pictures of Trump with Epstein are well known. It's open in this area. We've known about it in this country for years. But the thing is, Epstein, that's what he was. He was a public leech who went around with celebrity, and you can find him pictured with probably 3/4 of Hollywood and probably half of all our politicians. That's what he did. He was a rich guy that threw parties. So he was in a lot of stuff. Just because people knew him doesn't mean, or was pictured with him doesn't mean something. But tinfoil back on. I just don't think Musk would throw himself under that bus. If anything we learned about Elon Musk, I left my drink in the freezer too long. And if anything we know about Elon Musk, he has an ego. He loves himself. I don't think he would throw Trump under the bus if it would get him under that same tire. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know, Far North. You're halfway around the planet on the bottom end of it. You're locked in a battle of life or death against Australia. I know there's a guy, Shad Brooks from Shadiversity. He's an Australian YouTuber, and he always talks about the evil Kiwis, the battle between Australia and the evil New Zealanders. He's on Friday Night Tights a lot. Jay Watterson, I don't know the whole story, but there's plenty of reported evidence that there was more than one pewer at the Butler. Jay Watterson, I agree. This is starting to seem like a CIA government thing. It sounds an awful lot. Okay. I said bring that tinfoil, bring those theories, bring those conjectures, guys. So any of you coming in on either side, feel free to toss out any conjectures, any theories. If it's a really nasty theory, do it on the YouTube, on the Rumble side. And I'll try to censor it for the YouTube side. But the link for the YouTube chat is on Rumble. The link for the Rumble chat is on YouTube. So feel free to pick which way. Jay Watterson, I agree with you. And there's something scurvy here. Because the Butler thing has so many earmarks of what happened to JFK. There is no way if you go look at that Butler, I wonder if I can find it. Let me see here. Let's see if we can find it. I think I can. Let's see. Trying to figure out how to put this. Trying to figure out how to put this to get me to my let me see here. Oh, come on. There was an image of the Butler rally where Trump got pew-pewed, and the image looks like Pac-Man. Oh, come on. The coverage area, they have a cutout right where that building is. There's a coverage area. Ooh, that's a nice one. But there's a coverage area, and it's weird how they just cut that building out. It looks like Pac-Man. Literally. It's nutso how they didn't cover that building. God, even I can't even get that to come up. But feel free to look it up on your own. But they covered everything except that. And it's something stinks. Yes, there's no way this jackass kid did it. And suddenly they can't break into his computer or his cell phone. So yeah. So Jay Watterson, I totally agree with you. And it smells so much like JFK. It stinks to high heaven of JFK. The CIA, Deep State, whoever did it. They just went back to the same playbook. It worked. Nobody's ever released, well, we don't think. Depending on which side you believe on, maybe they never released everything on JFK. Do I think they did? Not really. Do I hope they did? Problem is, will we ever believe them now if they say they have and maybe they have? No. So, jeez. All right. Trust me, guys, this is not a video I like making, but once again, I'm not a cultist. All right. We've all seen this, but for those of you who haven't, we're going to play this. We are going to play it. I'm going to blow it up. Yeah, I'll probably be slightly over Trump, but hopefully not. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, sure. If I
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Now look at Pam Bondi. This is why I wanted to play this. Look at Pam. Watch Pam Bondi. I don't like her body language on this and her facial expressions.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And
she's smiling, looking at Trump going, yeah, you better toe that line, bitch. Writing down, okay, do not take out Trump Jr. yet. Yeah. I don't know. I just never liked Spamela Blondie. I can't remember how many times I've called her that on this stream. Something seems off how she got in and Gates was out. I do not like it. And Trump, this is uncharacteristic for Trump. Trump is usually so good, such a good marketing person, so good at connecting to his base. This seems off. Yes, I'll even do the conspiracy theory of maybe Trump was on Epstein Island. I don't know. I do not believe so. Even the people who are pissed at Trump right now and say this is bullshit, say something's going on, say no, Trump was not on Epstein Island. Trump is the one who cut ties with Epstein when he found out what he's up to and informed on him. That is factual. He went to the police. He helped the investigation against Epstein. I don't know. I think if anything against Trump, let's say bad against Trump, tinfoil, I would say they've threatened to delete his son, his wife, his other children. There is, if they can take out a president, what can they do even to a man like Trump? Just saying. I don't like Pam Bondi in this.
are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're...
Of course she doesn't mind answering. She'll just lie to us again. How many lies has this woman told us? Oh, I've got the whole thing. Here's this folder. Oh, darn, I didn't know. You know, it's common knowledge and pictures of the time of all the shit, the pallets of shit seized from Epstein Island. But she thought she had the whole thing, this great, amazing prosecutor? Bullshit. Oh, I'm going to be releasing stuff. Bullshit. Oh, I've got the Epstein list. Bullshit. Oh, we've got gigaquads of crap. We got videos. People are going down. Bullshit. Then they come out after all this. She goes, there's nothing. There is no evidence, no list, no ledger. Nobody's going to be prosecuted. No further charges. Bullshit. There is not even a prehistoric bull big enough to shit a pile this big. Everything that's come out of this woman's mouth has been a fucking lie. This is stupid. Rubio looks very unhappy. I don't know. This is just stinks. There's no way you tell us all this shit and go, there's nothing. Nothing. Not a single video surveillance. This man had surveillance cameras all over this house. Not a single surveillance camera showed the people walking in that we should be looking into. Bullshit. Now, okay, let's move on to another conspiracy theory. That Donald Trump, yes, they have all of this. And that Donald Trump is going to use this to push through his agenda. That he's going to look at these people and go, you know what? Sit down, shut the fuck up, and pass my shit. Or sit down, shut the fuck up, and stop getting in the way. I don't think so, since we just had judges. More lefty judges are coming out defying Supreme Court. Trump, you can't arrest illegals in LA. Trump, you can't do this. They're trying to block. A district court judge come out and said the big, beautiful bill can't be implemented. One, they don't have that. A district court judge can't stop a bill passed by Congress, signed by the executive, and after the judicial has said, stop this shit. But they're still doing it. I don't know. There's a lot here, guys. But there's that theory, though, that Trump is using the Epstein files to tell everybody to sit down, shut up. But I don't think so.
Asking a
I'll
question
catch up
on
you guys in a
Epstein
minute.
at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up
Yes, sure. I'll open my mouth and lie.
on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file, along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge of Epstein Jeffrey as a video. They turned out files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein.
Bullshit. Tens of thousands. What was on the man's security videos? On the video cameras he had in every flipping room, including the bedrooms in that house. He had video cameras in the bathrooms. What was on the gigaquads of footage you had? Bullshit. It sucks because I can't say that word enough. And I think that probably 75% of the American public is screaming it with me right now. Bullshit. And this is far right, far left, center, libertarian. Almost everybody in this country right now is going bullshit. Even the morons still rioting in LA and parts of the, Portland and everything are still going bullshit. Holy crap, something we can agree on with those idiots. Jesus, this is stupid. All right, let me catch up here a little bit. Butler was nothing campaign stop. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100% Jay Watterson. Weirdo. CNN, everybody was there. Excuse me. And ready to break in. Ready to break in live, automatically. Yeah. Sorry, trying to get the rest of this energy drink out of here as it defrosts. But yeah, what a load of crap. Yeah. Strange how that happened. Bonnie is prepared for that, prepared for just that type of question. She used to get her gaslighting story. Yeah, I agree. Scrooge McDuck would know how to deal with all this. Yes, he would. He would send in Huey, Louie, Dewey, and maybe he might even call in a friend, maybe even call in Darkwing Duck. But yeah. Dude, I'm sorry. The new DuckTales, nowhere near as good. All right. Far North Dirt Tracking. 100%. There would be some very powerful people involved, and they would put a lot of pressure to silence anyone. Not just some very powerful people. We are talking possibly the ruling families, including, presidents, prime ministers of multiple countries, and or the World Economic Forum, United Nations, and how about the people above them? How about the people above them? Those cabal of people controlling the planet. Come on. If they were running Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, do you really think that the documentation is going to be in our hands? No, they've got it. They are still controlling everything. And these are people so powerful. If you want to put that, if you even have enough tinfoil in your house, these are people so powerful they can take out presidents. They look at Trump, go, "Hey, buddy, you know how you love yourself, love your family? You want all of it deleted?" I do not trust Pam Bondi. Seriously, I trust Marco Rubio sitting right there much more than Pam Bondi. And I see Marco trying to look right there at her notebook. So yeah. By making a statement, let Prince say, yeah. Oh, Jay Watterson, dude. I was freaking out. I was in the car the other day. We were heading out to a family thing. And where some of the, But we're heading out there and they were saying, oh my God, I'm on my phone and I have my headphones, my earphone buds in. My wife's like, what? Because I left out a noise that they just said, okay, Prince Andrew's good to travel. I was like, the fuck? What do you mean Prince Andrew's good to travel? They know that jackass did shit. Nope, he's good now. And by the way, let's ask, same thing as we did last stream. Hey, if there's nothing there, no evidence, no nothing, why is Ghislaine Maxwell still in jail for trafficking nobody? What happened to her list, her ledgers? Remember, it was openly known that there was a deal to keep that under wraps. For her to give that up is why she didn't get even worse penalties. Openly known. But now everything's just gone. And we're all supposed to believe this. Trust me, this hurts me. I am a Trump supporter. This will hugely damage Donald Trump's legacy forever if he doesn't fix this. So yeah. And you're right, far north, they can silence whole governments or presidents. And I really think, all right, get ready to clip this, guys. Clip it. Feel free to clip it and save it. I think Pam Bondi, if there is a deep state operative in this, I think it's this woman right here. I really think Pam Bondi is the deep state mouthpiece, the plant. The one looking at Trump that said, hey, we let you live. We let you live. You get all this shit. The Epstein thing, you let me handle it. Let me take the heat. All right, now we're going to move on to one more conspiracy theory that Trump is going to use this to get his agenda through, and they're going to throw Bondi under the bus. Yeah, that they're going to let Bondi take the fall. Since she's been so bad at this anyway, she's been so inept, she just made herself a patsy. Now they can throw her under the bus, or the powers that be, the cabal, can throw her under the bus and get out from under this. Get this silenced. Jax is actually upstairs sleeping, so nice try, Jay Watterson. Yeah, the whole Prince Andrew thing, I made a noise. Had my Bose Quiet Comfort, don't get any money for them, Quiet Comfort 2 earbuds in, had the sound canceling on. Because my wife is listening to some country, and I'm not a big fan. And I let out a noise. She's like, what the hell was that? So I turned the sound canceling off and told her, they just let Prince Andrew off. And she looks at me and goes, what? I'm like, okay. Downloaded, nice try, but not exactly. me see what Jay Waterson's putting in there. I'll put it on my other screen here. I trust Tucker more than Bondi or Rubio. Rubio, I'm not having a problem with. I trust Tucker more than I trust Bondi or even Patel at this moment. If Patel had come out and made a statement saying, I stand with Bongino on this, if Bongino leaves, I leave, I would have thought more of Kash Patel. But Kash, I don't know. And I love Trump, but backing, this deserved a little, I don't know, integrity on Kash's part. This is one time I would back Bongino over Trump. I don't like what Trump is saying about this. If what is reported from insiders from multiple people that Bongino was doing this, and Bongino's been fucking quiet. Oh, fucking quiet. If that's true, then I respect Bongino more than most of them at the moment. But yes, Tucker, I trust. Tucker, man, I don't know how much tinfoil you guys got. I don't know if you guys know what Alcoa is. You know, they've split off into another company called something else, Arconic / Alcoa. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like one of the biggest aluminum manufacturing and working companies in America, maybe even the world. I'm not sure they have enough aluminum or tin foil to help me with this. Man. I don't know. There's just, there's so much going on in this. I really think there's something bigger. I would not be surprised. Okay, take all the tinfoil that Reynolds Wrap can make and wrap yourself in it because you're going to need it for this. I would not be surprised if something bad, weird, comes out against Tucker Carlson real soon. Or his computer-controlled Mercedes suddenly drives into a tree at 140 miles an hour like the Rolling Stone reporter. Yeah, I don't know. Conjecture, YouTube. Conjecture. We are guessing here. What do you guys on Rumble think? I see you over there. All right. Whew. I know we're up late, guys. I appreciate all of you on YouTube and Rumble for being here. And yes, I am going to try to be streaming to more platforms. But when you're a little dude without tons of software that just copies and pastes everything to multiple platforms, it's quite a job to add to more platforms. I do want to stream to X, even though everybody told me it sucks. I wouldn't mind trying to stream to Twitch, even though everybody tells me they will automatically shadow ban me or ban me outright because they hate anybody center or right. And I've also thought about trying to stream to Odyssey. I do have Odyssey channels on my other video channels still. And or maybe Kick. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And I'm waiting for you guys. I'm looking in the chat. Yeah, Tucker. If something came out on Tucker, Tucker left a millions of dollar job. He could have towed the line and kept his job at Fox. He didn't. I do have a lot of respect for Tucker. Do I always agree with Tucker? No. But I respect Tucker Carlson. Respect is sometimes better than believing everything they say. I like somebody when they said they respect me more than I love everything you say. I don't want somebody love everything I say. That's when I know shit's gone wrong. That's when I'm in a cult. When I got Jay Waterson or the Texan, by the way, buddy, how you doing? Or Far North Dirt Tracking or Bunny here, who will call me out, throw flip-flops at me, and or throw in opposing opinions, or go, I disagree with you. That. But I'm betting they still semi-respect me. You know what? And that gives me I respect them back. I don't want somebody to all the time agree with me, or I think something's gone wrong. By the way, Texan, how you doing, buddy? November 2025. All right, Texan comes in hot, guys. Well, I'm going to guess hot. Because when somebody does a sentence like that, it seems hot. Texan comes in and says, at Lion's Den, got a pen and paper. Write this down, November 2025. All right, Texan. What? Expand upon that, bud. Trust me. I know I'm a little jazzed up. I've had a little too much of the old ghoster tonight, and I'm really tired. Like I said, my last 72 hours have been a little frisky. But I really wanted to stream. This shit's been driving me nuts. All right. Martino. How you doing, Martino, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. All right, I'm looking at this, some of the links you guys are sharing. But feel free to chat, and I will catch up with you as I'm trying to read. Yes. To Jay Watterson, yes, that link there is right. I will show that in here a little bit. And let's see what Martino, is that Martino? Which one? Who shared which one? Oh, crap. Okay, that's TJ. Okay. Oh, you guys both just share the same one. Oh, my God. All right. Jay Watterson, you and Martino, you're either the same person or you're using the same, you guys are on the same wavelength because you both shared the same link to me within about 15 minutes of each other. Dude, nicely done. Nicely done. All right. Jay Watterson says it too, okay, Jay Watterson changed it to November 2026. All right, guys in the chat, tell me what you mean. And I'm going to hit play on this a little more. There ain't much here, but I want to play it out.
Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but
whoa. They released it to be conclusive and prove to us that Epstein he offed himself. But then the bitch just said, it's not conclusive. What the shit? It was supposed to be the proof. Conclusive. What the shit?
The video was not conclusive.
What the shit? They are telling us shit and then openly reversing it.
But the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide.
Really? Conflicting medical examiners say no.
And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the...
Once again, let's do this crazy math. All the cameras, remember what we were told, all the cameras were down. Suddenly we have footage? So why aren't the people that lied to us the last, ever since Epstein got off, what was that, 5, 6 years ago, whatever? 4 years ago? Why aren't all those people in jail? They said all the cameras went down. All the guards fell asleep or went away or whatever. They took out his roommate, his cellmate, when they weren't supposed to. They didn't check on him. All this shit supposedly happened. This chick is saying, by the way, now we have footage. What the shit? Just too much shit. All right, Texan. Many will fall November 2025 leading up to the midterms. Is that the... Oh, come on. I am way too tired. Oh, come on. I can't remember his name. Says that there's going to be huge arrests coming up. Is that what you're talking about, Texan? Oh, man. I can picture the guy's face in my... I'm betting that's who you're talking about, Texan. All right, Jay Waters, in November 2026 midterms and the restart of the impeachment machine. If Trump, that's another thing. Trump, let's say Trump is misreading this, that he thinks in his brain the economy and the illegal immigration will bail him out of this Epstein thing. That he doesn't see the Epstein thing as a big thing. He sees it down the line. He sees it as a 6th or 7th place thing. When a lot of us see it as equal to the economy and immigration. We see it as a 3-way tie for first place. Trump's not seeing that. Yes, and I don't know what the hell, because if the midterms are Democrat won, then yes, we are going to get nothing done. The last 2 years of Trump's administration will be useless. It will be all impeachments, stonewalling, nothing will happen. And I honestly think there's a chance, if the Democrats win the midterms, it would amp up the chances of this country seeing a civil war or a breakup. All right. Yeah, Jay Watterson and Texan are definitely on the same page. Kim Clement. Who's Kim Clement? Lie detector results say that is a lie. Only need 1 minute to erase him. Yeah, 100%. You're right, far north. Who's Kim Clement? Now, honestly, throw stuff out in the chat, guys, because I don't know. A lot of times I'm learning from you, too. If you ask my wife, wow, how much time I spend listening to this stuff, watching this stuff, doing this. There's so much. There is so much. But yeah, Rumble, let's check on you. Wow. Rumble, a lot of you over there. Do me a favor, guys. Whether you're on Rumble or YouTube, please, at least, I don't ask you to, you don't have to subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up for the stream, though. And for those of you on Rumble, up here is the link to the YouTube chat if you don't have a Rumble account and can chat. And to YouTube chat, there is a link at the top to the Rumble chat if you want to go over there and put some pretty frisky stuff. But thank you to everybody on Rumble. Wow, Rumble is equaling almost YouTube right now. Tim Watterson gives me a flip-flop. Oh, it gives me a flip. Not a flip and a flop. All right, Texan. They got something bigger than even they can imagine. I think Trump put a halt to it and said we can use this. Yeah, see now, Texan, that's what we just discussed a minute ago. That Trump is using this. He's got this. He's hanging on to this to go after. Everybody on that list go, sit down, shut up, let me do my shit. That is a valid argument. Now, let me ask a question. I am all about these questions. Bunny knows, even when I had my last channel, that sometimes I had 100 plus. Actually, I think my maximum, I had 195 people in the chat. I always got behind because I love my chat. Ask you guys a question. All right. Do you think, would you hold it against Donald Trump if he did keep the Epstein stuff close to the vest to get his agenda through for America? For the good, for the good of you and me, for the good of the country, to bring the country back from the brink of what Biden's handlers put us through. People running the auto pen. Would you hold that against him? Or would you see that maybe from Trump's point of view, saving America might be a loftier goal? I don't know. So I just want to ask you that. Okay, so yeah. And like I said, guys, Rumble, YouTube, feel free to, English as a second language. Feel free to throw any conjecture, any guesses, any conspiracy theories. We'll discuss them. I am here for at least another hour or so. I want to actually make up for lost time and have a good chat. I have so missed it. All right. Jay Watterson, in answer to my question, it better be good. Because appearance of covering for pedos is really, really bad. Agreed. It better be. He's control. We are in the guessing zone, the conspiracy zone. He better be controlling people like Schiff. Yeah. He better be controlling a lot of scurvy mother pussers to keep that under wraps. Thing is, I'm not sure Trump would do that. I just do not like Pam Bondi. Sorry, I got a pop-up on the screen. It's not going away. Here we go. All right. Now, what I said a little bit ago about Pam Bondi being possibly the representative of the deep state, the cabal, whatever. What do you guys think of that? What do you think? I do not like Spam with a Blondie. She's been out there saying a bunch of shit, and it never comes true. It's always the opposite. I think she is openly the worst person in the Trump administration, and it freaks me out that Trump is backing her. Martino, you sent the same link that Jay Watterson did, buddy. Actually, give me a second here, and I will go to it. Boom. I just got to cover. Some people tell me I don't have to cover this. Some just say yes, do it. Let's see. Chat. There we go. Let's go. Now, both of you sent the same one. So, to Jay Watterson and Martino Berto. Nice job. All right. Let's go here. Boom. 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 And boom. All right. All right. All right, this is what Jay Watterson and Martino Berto both shared. I'm betting like 15 to 20 minutes apart. So you guys are thinking alike. You should follow each other and chat more. All right. I'm eating more caffeine. I am really tired, so I apologize. Christopher John Bajeric. Whoa, I'm not even going to try saying that. All right. Trump has just admitted his administration lied and the Epstein files are real. Yes, that he did. He admitted that. Yes, in that statement. Yep. Trump claims Democrats created the files. Nah. But it implies they contain nothing that could hurt MAGA and release them. Once again, I'm not in a cult. I'm here to talk to you guys. So, yeah. Martina Berto, the link I sent seems like a conspiracy theory. I don't know. Because Jay Watterson sent it too. And honestly, Jay Watterson, he's been around for a while with me. Him and I have argued, but we've also agreed. And, just like you, Martino, Jay Watterson has a wrench for a reason. So when two of my wrenches send me the same link, I perk up. All right, so now Democrats created the files. I don't think so. I don't like this because I know Trump said that. I have the statement in here, guys. Let's see. No. Where is it? Nope. Like I said, I got a lot of them here. Boom, boom. Or I'd link it. See, by the way, there you go. See, I got him. But I got the Trump one somewhere. I'll look it up. Might be in my bookmarks. All right. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my voice going. I had a lot of talking with family this week. Last few days. All right, so let's get back here to there. Nope. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. But implies they can say nothing hurt MAGA, then release them. You know what? He repeats the lie that Democrats would have released them if they hurt MAGA. True. If Donald Trump was in any compromising position with Epstein, Democrats and or the deep state who tried to put a bullet through his ear would have released it. Donald Trump, even by people who do not like Trump very much, say that no, he is not compromised by this Epstein stuff. Controlled maybe by people who said they will delete his whole family? Maybe. But yes, Democrats and or the deep state would release anything on Trump with Epstein if they had it. Hasn't released them himself to exonerate MAGA, blah, blah, blah. Okay. He repeats the lie that Democrats would have released them if they had hurt MAGA. I don't know why that's a lie. Democrats would totally release it if they could have ended MAGA, or the deep state would have. If they could have, they tried to put a bullet through his head. So, yes, they would absolutely release that if they had it. Hell, they would have done that before putting a bullet through his head. Put a bullet through a man's head is much worse than just releasing documents of him being a diddler. That would have been easier. Why are we giving public publicity to files written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of Biden administration? Sorry. My voice is definitely having issues. Biden administration who conned the world with the Russia hoax, 51 intel agents, the laptop from hell, and more. Do we know for sure they did this? Sometimes Trump just says shit. Sometimes Trump says shit and it just happens to be real. How many times do you think Trump just says shit, and then later when it proves to be real, he goes, holy fudge. Didn't see that coming. It's like, I swear, Alex Jones times 1,000. Because Alex Jones says shit. He at least has researched some shit. We may think he's nuts, and later we go, fuck, Alex was right. Trump just says shit, and later he's like, what, I was right? Holy crap. I think he's surprised by how much of what he says is right. All right. They created the Epstein files just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton, Christopher Steele dossier they used on me, and now my so-called friends are playing right in their hands. If you're not in the Epstein files, just release them. Why? Who is in them? And if somebody's in them, it should be easy to prove they're not doing this shit. Are they on any of the kid diddling videos that Pamela Blondie said she had? We know they had it. They showed pallets and pallets of videos the FBI sees on his island. There is no way, no diddler is not on those. There's at least one, at least 7, I would say, is on those damn videos. Yet we know nobody, and Ghislaine Maxwell's still in jail for trafficking to nobody. If there's no files, why is Maxwell in jail? That's my simple question. Why is Maxwell in jail for trafficking to nobody and there's no proof of anything? Why is she still sitting there? Now my self-guard is playing in their hands. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? If there was anything in there that could hurt MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? Then release them. If it won't hurt the MAGA movement or hurt you, Mr. Trump, Mr. President, then release them. If it won't hurt you or your followers, then it will probably hurt your opponents. So which is it, Trump? Did the Democrats create the Epstein files to hurt you? No. The Epstein files were allowed before Trump. Before they could be used to hurt Trump. Epstein was going on for a long time. If the files contain nothing that could hurt you, why don't you release them to exonerate yourself? If files contain evidence of your crimes, why are you covering up if you claim they are false? Trump has just skewered himself on the twin horns of a dilemma of his own making. And does anyone believe that the files don't contain anything harmful to Democrats? Here's the full text of Trump's damning confession. Okay. Let me catch up with you guys before we go any deeper in this. No reply. What's up, buddy? Sorry, my voice is definitely having issues. So, how you doing, buddy? I'm going to try to talk a little quieter. Let me know if I get too quiet. I can turn my mic up. I actually have it semi-low. All right. How you doing? No reply. How is it Trump saying the Epstein files are the new Steele dossier? Trump is tripping. I do not think Donald Trump understood how important this is to people. How visceral this is to people. Once again, I've said this 1,000 times. Jay Waterson will tell you. That man would be throwing flip-flops at me if I lied right here. I've been saying Trump sees this from a different angle than we do. Donald Trump, as President of the United States, is seeing this from a different angle. He's seeing fix the economy, get rid of the illegals. He's seeing stop wars. He's seeing watch out for what the hell's going on in America. He's seeing keep himself and his family alive. He sees Epstein as horrid, but much lower in the list. All right. Jay Waterson is solid. I don't think he would provide a source. Well, not just that, no reply, but Jay Waterson and Martino Marberto both sent the same link 20 minutes apart. And they didn't know each of them sent it. Because Martino came on well after it was off the chat screen when Jay Waterson sent it. All right, Jay Waterson. Jay Waterson does not trust that Jay Waterson guy. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Now, Jay Waterson being Mossad, you know, I can almost agree with that. He is way too precise. Sorry, I'm laughing at you guys. This is good. Looking up Exhibit 52, Maxwell Trial. Is what we need. Who cares about the Epstein book? What we need is Exhibit 52. Actually, I will look that up live. Let's do this. All right. Let's see if it comes up. Oops. I gotta redo my mic because it's right in my way. Let's see. Uh-oh, Gemini says, screw it. Oh. In the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, Exhibit 52 was a significant piece of evidence in Epstein's Little Black Book, or similar address book. You mean the thing that doesn't exist, Pamela Blondie? Containing names and contact information of his acquaintances. But no reply. We've been told that doesn't exist. Don't you believe that? Sorry to be a little more theatrical than normal, but good grief. And you guys on Rumble, feel free to chat up. And Rumble guys, I appreciate you being here. There's a good amount of you there. All right. Almost as many as YouTube. More. Woo. Go Rumble. All right. I mean, come on. Don't we believe our overlords? No reply? Come on, man. They wouldn't lie to us. Yes, I actually know a friend of my wife's that actually, no shit, says this phrase. But the government wouldn't do anything that's not in our best interest, wouldn't they? They are only about what's good for us. And he says this seriously. Whoa. Whoa. And he's not even a lefty. He's a total NPC. Non-playable character. He just wakes up in the morning, drink coffee, go work, come home, watch TV, go bed. Get up morning, go drink coffee, go work. Yeah. NPC. Ugh. But Exhibit 52 doesn't exist. Once again, Ghislaine Maxwell is in jail for trafficking and having documentation on nothing. Sorry, I'm sticking with Jay Watterson might be Mossad. That's one way to get down a frozen energy drink. All right, so I got Exhibit 52. Yeah, I know. While portions of Exhibit 52 were entered in evidence, the others were deleted and burned on the site. They were kept under seal and not made public. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Nothing was kept under seal. Nothing exists. This is not the exhibit you are looking for. This is not the evidence you are looking for. No evidence existed. You can go on your way now. Move on. Nothing to see here. That's what we're facing. Woof! Woo! Rough. All right. Oh no, Jay Watterson, I thought he sent a link. Didn't Jay Watterson send the same link earlier? Well, I'm wrong. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. But I thought I had 2 links. And it was the same link from different people. Huh. Okay. Whoa. Back up. Sorry, I was scanning back through the chat. No, there are 2 separate links. Maybe that was a Rumble side. Sorry, guys. Go to Rumble side. All right. Let's catch up. But yeah, Exhibit 52. That is a lot of it. Yeah. Release Exhibit 52 for the Maxwell trial. Everything else is, yeah. Once again, there is no Exhibit 52. This is not the evidence you're looking for. Move on. Because they told us there is no evidence. There is no list. There is no booklet. There is no nothing. Nobody will be charged. This is not the scandal you are looking for. Epstein does not exist. How long? How long until they start telling us Epstein doesn't exist? Epstein Island never existed. Yeah, never existed. Ghislaine Maxwell, fake person. You got to think, if you're Ghislaine Maxwell right now, you got to be puckering up. Because you are looking at this shit going, how long until they just make me disappear? They're making people think none of this ever happened. How long until I just, oopsie, go away? Trust the science, not the scientist. Nice. CJ Books sounds like anti-Trump. You know, I agree, Martino, but no. Feel free to share, bud. No, we can discuss. I'm not a cultist. You can share openly anti-Trump stuff. We'll still discuss it. None of you guys ever feel like you can't share something because you think it's center, left, or right, or whatever. We can still discuss it. I may not agree. You may not agree with me. We are here to discuss. We are not lefties. Lefties, you do not leave that plantation even by one sentence or you get attacked. You and I may not agree, but we can discuss it. So, Martino, buddy, you've apologized before. Don't apologize. Share away. And Bunny will tell you, I value my chat. Bunny's been on multiple of my channels. Bunny knows I love the chat. You guys bring a lot of info. All right. So don't apologize, Martino. All right. Let's get... I didn't sound like... I thought you did. I personally think Donald Trump is the Antichrist based on Bible verses? Really? I'll open that link and take a look at it. Give me out while I find an interesting thing on Maxwell. No problem, Jay Watterson. You have that wrench for a reason. So go for it. In fact, I may have to get up and get another drink. I am that tired. Woof. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh. Wonder how much of that I can play. Oh, we'll get there in a little bit. All right. Oh, boy. All right. I have that, by the way, somewhere. Let's see. Did I link it? Oh, come on. Oh, man. I know I had it somewhere. Because I had the actual sentence here. Okay, come on. Maybe I bookmarked it. Did I bookmark it? I thought I bookmarked. Oh, here it is. See, I bookmarked it. I was there. You guys are thinking like me. I like that. I like it a lot. All right. All right, so here it is. What you guys share. But see, I had it bookmarked. So I really like how you guys are following the same line as I am. All right, Donald J. Trump. What's going on with my boys and in some cases gals? They're all going after Attorney General Pamela Blondie. I'm not calling her anything different. Who is doing a fucking horrendous job. We are one team, MAGA. Sorry. I love you, Trump. No. I hope Donald Trump knows his followers are not cultists. I hope Trump hasn't been out there too much where he come to think that he can just say whatever and people will follow. Trump's followers are not cultists. That's why Trump's followers, MAGA itself, is up in arms over this. Donald Trump needs to, if he's not being controlled, open his eyes and pay attention. I'm doing a horrendous job. Sorry. Yes, I am changing this. We are one team. Are you? Are you? MAGA. And I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration. No. No such thing. The talk of the world. That I agree with. And selfish people are trying to hurt it. Man. I didn't wear my Trump hats, either of them, on purpose tonight. I knew I was going to have to disagree with Trump enough that I didn't want to wear the hat. So I wore my definite. Yeah. Selfish people. Don't like that. Don't like selfish people. Mr. Trump, my president. No. Your followers have gone out of their way in through persecution, hatred, physical attacks, even some have their lives ended. Do not call your followers selfish. Bad move. Are trying to hurt it all over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. He won't die because you won't release the eulogy. How's that? He's gone. Release the eulogy, which would be who he trafficked to. Get these people in jail. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. You shouldn't have campaigned on releasing the shit then. Yep. You can give me flip-flops, but I'm going to be honest. Sorry. If Trump wrote this himself, then you should have campaigned on this. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and losers of the criminal Biden administration who conned the world with Russia? Okay. We've read the rest of this. Show me the evidence they wrote this. Epstein was around before you, Mr. President. I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, let's open these. I'll look at these in a sec. I got your links, guys. They're open on my other screen over here, but... In what? That's In-N-Out Burger. Well, not just that. All right, let's go. So we've seen this, and you guys released links showing a lot more of this. All right. I may have to get up a sec because my throat is dying. My frozen energy drink is gone. Give me a sec. Right back. All right. Thank you very much for that. West Coast In-N-Out Burger. Well, the thing is... Ooh, that's a good one. If we want to talk Photoshopped, like I said, I have a lot of links. Right here. Here's a problem. And some people, yes, I saw a couple breakdowns, including from Asmund Gold. Once again, I do research. I look at both sides of an argument. There is a few people putting out about, oh my God, this has been edited. It shows in the metadata that Adobe Premiere was used on it to edit it. Asmund Gold rightly points out that yes, sometimes there's a limit. It's just like having a dash cam. A dash cam cuts every 5 to 10 or 15, 20 minutes, whatever you set it at, and then starts a new video. That then maybe to put these together, they'd use Adobe to shove it together. I've done editing for a lot of my channels. And yes, sometimes you do that. You edit stuff together. And when I was urban exploring, I took a lot of videos and I would edit bits together. Maybe that's what it is. But, I don't know. Breaking metadata shows the footage from Jeffrey Epstein's cell that was released by DOJ was edited with Adobe Premiere Pro, stitched from 2 clips and was saved 4 times per wire. Now, stitched from 2 clips could be the length. It's like if you do a live stream on YouTube, the maximum I believe you can do is 12 hours. You can cut and then go back to another 12-hour stream. If you want to edit that together in one big stream, one big video, later, it would show a cut. The metadata would show that. Doesn't automatically mean something, but it's just a little more fodder for the tinfoil conspiracy times. Oh, man. That's a good one. So, yeah. Epstein prison footage edited in Adobe Premiere. DOJ said, here's 11 hours of raw Epstein footage to kill those conspiracy theories. Except the tech nerds found it was edited with Adobe Premiere Pro, stitched from 2 clips and edited and saved 4 times. I don't give a shit how many times it was saved. You can save a clip 8,000 times. Doesn't mean anything. It's just a way to put words out there to make your mind go, ooh, it was saved 4 times. That one part doesn't mean anything. Has a random 1-minute gap at midnight. That might be, considering this is an older system they used, it might be that's the gap it takes for this thing to reboot and get up and going. Yes, there are older systems that definitely had these problems. Hell, you watch some older spy films or TV shows, they will talk about how there's a gap at times. So, I don't know, but it just doesn't help that it just adds to the fodder since nothing is being released from Epstein. So you want to talk editing, there's a possibility. All right. Redacted Epstein Black Book for everyone, yeah? Oh, sorry, catching up here. What do we got here? Oh, I'm waiting for it to open. It won't open because the government the deep state won't let it. Ooh, what do we got here? Oof, can't even read that. That is tiny. That is tiny. All right, let me do this. Boing. I do want to look at that. Let's see what type of trouble we can get into. I mean, what are they going to do? Take my stream down? They've never done that before. All right. Boom. Boom. Boom and boom. All right. By the way, I know it is 4:09 a.m., at least my time central. I don't know where the rest of you are. But thank you for being here. Please do me a favor, hit thumbs up for the stream, whether you're on YouTube and or Rumble. If you're on Rumble, I do have the link to the YouTube chat in there at the beginning. And for those of you on YouTube, I have the Rumble chat if you want to get frisky. All right. So let's take a look at this. Let's go back and move me over. I know I'll be in the way no matter where, but you know how it is by rules, you have to be there. I cannot read that to save my happy ass. Let's see if we can zoom in. Poof. You gotta wonder how real this is. The problem is we don't know. And why don't we know how real this is? Because our government, powers that be, whatever, keeps playing games. It's like JFK files. They say they've now released everything. Yeah, a lot of people go, I don't believe you. What if they have? The problem is they played games for so long and so heavily that no matter what they release, most people will never believe it. Same with 9/11. They could come out today, release troves of documents and evidence and videos, whatever. And a lot of people will go, don't believe you. They cause these theories because, you know what? What if they do these theories on purpose? What if they do this bullshit on purpose? So when they finally do release the actual shit, people go, I don't believe you. So they can actually have released everything or the worst shit. And a lot of us now will never believe it. Hell of a psyop, isn't it? So we don't know if these people are real. I know we can say whatever, but we don't know. We don't know if this is real. I mean, makes you want to scan through though and look for all the celebrities. If there's no celebrities or people in here you would recognize, automatically I'm going to call bullshit. Because sooner or later you got to run into some scurvy mother pussball we'd recognize. And maybe you guys have scanned through this. I haven't. Page 80? Bro. Page 80. Don't say I don't listen to you guys. Definitely deserve a thumbs up for at least listening. How's that? All right, page 80. Cindy Lopez is a lady that sent 3 little blah, blah, blah to Epstein with... Cindy Lopez. Page 80 on the bottom of the page. It says I'm on page... Oh, that's 207. Well, thanks for... Whoa, that thing shoots up. What the hell? It skipped. What the hell? All right, page 42. And then I go jump to page 202. What the hell? Guys, it skips from 42. Now watch, I move a teeny bit. It goes 202. Page 80 is gone. Well, 80's right here according to this. That's 80. It says 80 on it. Right? But I like how down here it says 40 to then 202. You look at the bottom of the page and yeah, I see that. Holy crap. That's a hell of a thing. That's a hell of a thing, man. Lex Wexner. Who's Lex Wexner? Who is Lex Wexner? Honestly, I don't know. Feel free to give me a scurvy face for that, but I don't know who Lex Wexner is. Come on, there it is. Ah! Yeah, I don't know who Lex Wexner is. As far as I know, I'm on... Hang on. I'm scooting here. Flip right. There's 80. It won't let me just click on that page. Every time I try to click on just that page, it scoots back. See, I mean... 78, 79. Yeah, it won't let me just sit on that page. Coincidence, huh? So it must be over here. See, every time I try to move it over, it won't let me. So what if I try to do it like this? There we go. That's page 80. John's... Whoa! Ha ha! Well, there you go. There's one. Senator John Kerry. Woof. Woof. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Well, I'm on page 80. There's Cindy Lopez over here. She's on like 80-ish. How's that? I don't know who Cindy Lopez is, but the thing is, the problem is we don't 100% know if this is real. That's the problem. They cause I think sometimes our government causes conspiracy theories. So no matter what, they actually can release the facts and we won't believe it. Yeah, I see Cindy Lopez, boot color. Oh, I'm not even going to try saying that. Corinne Models. I see that. Yeah, I see it. But once again, we don't know how real all this is. I mean, you got John Kerry, you got... I mean, God knows how many people are in this thing. The problem is we don't 100% know if this is real. It's a problem. And they depend on it. I really think they depend on this shit. That they can muddy the waters so much. And then they can actually release the real shit. We'll never know if it's real. So... There's Les Wexner. So, yeah. You don't know. Call one of the numbers here to answers. No. I am not getting myself on the FBI list. But if you're bored, feel free to let me know what you get. No. I am not getting myself on some list. Because I called an Epstein book number. Because let's just say the deep state or the cabal are covering this up. You call one of those numbers, yeah, you are going on some type of nasty list. You know, the type where you decease yourself with a bow and arrow twice in the back. Or you're deadly scared of you don't even own a bathtub in your house, but then you decide to go swimming in the ocean at 2 a.m. That type of list. So I would not even recommend you calling them, but if you're frisky, if you think you are 99 years old and have lived your life, feel free. I mean, I see the names. I don't know all these people. I really don't. But I see the names of the boxes. I don't know who they are. And it doesn't mean anything to me, honestly. Ghislaine Maxwell, yeah. So, we already know all about her being in there. So, I mean, I don't see any proof, though. We see a book, a printing of a book purported to be from this man. Even though it's all, I'm sorry, but have you ever looked in your address book? How much of it's printed? If this is her address book or his address book, where is the actual handwritten part? I don't want to see something that purportedly somebody, wrote down later or typed in later as proof or evidence. I want to see the handwritten, the original. Because if you open an old address book that I may have, handwritten stuff is in there. So I don't know if this is real. That's the list, maybe. We don't know. You know that's a list. Northwest Airlines is in there. We don't know if that's a list. This could be something anybody put up. I want the handwritten book. Nobody walks around with a book that is typed. If you have a booklet in your hands, when you meet Bob, you would have wrote it in and done. There'd be handwriting, not typed. If this is some court document, suppose it, I want to see proof, chain of custody. I'm not going to say this is his unless I can see chain of custody, unless I can see the handwriting, version to packet. Well, if it's discovered by a musician on the sidewalk in Manhattan, that sounds very conspiracy theory-ish, doesn't it? He just happened to drop one of the most important documents in history, and some street musician happened to find it. Boy, if anything makes you say bullshit, that does. I mean, come on. Nobody with something that much power that is that amazing, supposedly at bribing people and controlling the world, would drop a booklet. That one makes me go, Ugh. That makes me put up the pile of poop from Jurassic Park. So yeah, that sounds like a built-in conspiracy theory right there. No reply. Sorry, bud. Martino, another YouTuber, Montagraph, has called Fauci and others live on stream. Once again, Fauci is not somebody in the Epstein possible list. Because Fauci is one thing. The possible Epstein list? Think of who you could be crossing with the Epstein list people. You could get yourself known by possibly a cabal that rules the world. That makes Epstein seem like small potatoes. Northwest, no, I don't care if it has a square around it or not. It doesn't mean there is no evidence this is an actual his book. You openly said Epstein's little back book was discovered. So what, he dropped a book and some street musician picked it up and said, ooh, Epstein's book? Come on. There is no evidence to actually say this is his book. I would need a chain of custody, evidence, and handwritten. Because if they're purporting this is a scan from his book, nobody walks around with a book printed this way. Nobody walks around with a book printed this way. It's handwritten. Nobody that has bribery information or names of people on this type of crap would be running it through any type of machinery. They'd write it down and keep that close to the vest. So, yeah. I'm going to say no. That's fine. Somebody wants to pay $50,000 for it. Book it, authenticated. By who? By who? Authenticated by who? Was it authenticated by the judge in Ghislaine Maxwell's trial? Who authenticated this printed book? Who? The same guy that authenticates my Spider-Man comic? Come on. My Primordials comic written by, what was that one? Primordials was done by Leonard Nimoy, I believe. I mean, come on. Yes, I actually have those. I have Raver that was done by Walter Koenig and Primordials that was done by Leonard Nimoy. So I want to see who was authenticating this. How do you authenticate something that's super secret that nobody knows about? That's another question. I'm just asking questions. Yeah, and who authenticated this? Once again, who authenticated it? That's not a lot of handwriting. That's very little. Because you have all of this that is typed. Nobody's going to walk around who's running this type of program with a typed book. All of it would be like this. That's just my opinion, is all of the book would be like this. Every page. Nobody's going to have somebody type this. Nobody's going to run this through a word processor. Nobody's going to run this through a printer. Nobody's going to run this through a computer to change it from this to this. You would never run that through something like that. It would all be like this. That is my opinion. That is my opinion. 10,000 pages? I don't know. It all says weird shit. Because I'm on page 95 out of 95, but this shows page 5. But they're all over the place. This shows 96. So, I got more pages than this thing shows. Hey, GTR, what's up, buddy? The square matters. I don't know if it matters. Once again, we have no evidence this is 100% his. This could be anything. Who authenticated it, and why is it all like this? If I dig out one of my old address books, I actually have a little brown book, not a black one, little brown book that says addresses on it. Everything in it is this. None of it is this. Zero. You would never, ever, 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 ever let this go through anything that would make it into this. Ever. That is asking for it beyond far. It would all look like this. I know it's my opinion, guys. You throw the flip-flops at me, you can say, you're full of shit. Feel free. Go, dude, you're full of shit. That's fine. It would all look like this. Every page. Every entry. You would never let this be run through anything that would change it to printing. You would never let anybody that you wouldn't want to disappear. It's a theory, YouTube. You would never let somebody you would not disappear ever see this dude type it up. Hey, by the way, Janet, feel free to type this up for me. By the way, Janet, bye-bye. No. Ask AI. AI lies. AI is not some truth sayer. AI is caught lying all the time. Hell, even Tim Pool catches them lying all the time. When Tim Pool can catch AI lying, Martino, I don't know why yours says 10,000 pages. That's a huge pages. All I know is mine says 95 out of 95, but it shows around 97 pages. So yeah. Forensic document Dennis Ryan. Once again, show me a chain of custody. Show me evidence. Why is it all like this? Who are you going to let type this up? Nobody. It should all be this. David Copperfield, magician. Come on. We don't know. How you doing tonight? Well, actually, for you, later morning GTR. Grok does not always spit out truth. That's a problem. And I know you're talking about the Jewish thing. Whee! That was funny, though, wasn't it? That would be the ghost of Hitler. No, typing is not some new technology. But nobody does this to their whole little black book. Nobody does this. Show me how many people type out their own address book. And you would not. This is a person. We are purporting to having one of the biggest, most clandestine blackmail information rackets ever. You're just going to sit down and throw that on a computer and type it up. No, you're not going to make me believe that. If I was going, and I'm a moron, I openly say I'm a retard and a moron. If I was going to do this, if I was going to do this scurvy crap, every bit of my book would look like this. None of it would be typed. I would trust nothing on earth to print that out and show it. Plus, here, let me ask you a quick question. If this is a scan from his book, the little book, an address book, that's either this size or this size, how'd they scan pages of a printed book that size? Not a lot of printers print a book for this stuff. A address-sized book that you would carry around. Still weird. Typing ain't new. Typing ain't new. I never said typing was new. Show me any, feel free to clip anything I just said where I said typing is new. Never said that. Typing has been around for a long time. This is what 99.9% of all address books, schedule books out there look like. This. They do not look like this right here. Even if you're a CEO of Disney, does your book not look like this? That's why we have a problem. We have conspiracy stuff. I do not think this is his book. Could I be wrong? Could you guys be throwing flip-flops at me so much that it looks like Foot Locker went out of business and you bought all the flip-flops? Yes. But at this point, I do not see any evidence that this is a book most people carry around. Here, let me ask you a question. Let me challenge you. Do you have an address book at home that you yourself While you're, hey, Bob, nice to meet you, Bob. What's your number, Bob? Bob Jenkins, care of Jackass Inc., phone number 555-555555. Go pull, do you have a book like that? Go pull your book out. Look at it. I have 2 or 3. I actually kept a couple in one of my safes just for the fact of, wow, look at this artifact of but days past. It's all handwritten. I have a friend who's a businessman. His current book is all handwritten. Show me how many people have a typewritten one. I've never met that person. I'm just saying. It's a physical copy. No. How do you know it's a physical copy? That doesn't mean nothing. Any of this can be faked. A person like Benny Johnson can make actual videos now that look real. Faces and everything. A YouTuber. Why is this real? How is this real? It's a Photoshop of something. It's a Photoshop of something somebody printed out. It doesn't mean it's an address book. Just saying. And so I can type anything I want. I could sit down during the day today on my Sunday and I could look up names and type names and put them in. And I could print something up like this, and I could even add this fake look right here myself. And once again, I am a moron. Show me a chain of custody and people who've actually studied it, not just one guy. I need to see actual proof. This is the problem. Stuff like this. If this was the actual book, with actual people, somebody would have done something by now. Nobody's going to sit there with this book being out there and go, Somebody would have done something. Millions of people around the world, billions of people, somebody would have done something with this. Call the numbers. You guys dared me a little bit ago. Call the numbers. In fact, I'll wait right here. I got an idea. How about you go call the numbers right now? What do you guys on Rumble think? Call the numbers, right? That's what I think. If it's your source, call the numbers. That's what I'm guessing. Oops, I lost it somewhere. Oh, there it is. Call the numbers. I see y'all on Rumble, by the way. Thank you and welcome. But what do you guys on Rumble think? Do you think if it's a source that anybody trusts in, they should call the numbers? I'm not calling them numbers. Feel free. I don't doubt its authenticity. That's all on you, bud. No problem. Like I said, we don't have to agree. I doubt it. I see no true evidence. And I am opening your links and looking. Alexander Historical Document Auctions. And if this was real, there are millions and millions of people out there that would have done something with this. It would be everywhere. It would be on the lefty news media right now going after Trump. They would do anything to take Trump down. Why is this not an MSNBC now? And CNN? How about any of the left-wing podcasts? How about any lefties on YouTube? Any lefties on Rumble? Some of them would be screeching about this ad nauseum. That is a big strike against it. Now, I will say once again, if this is real, call the numbers. Call any of these numbers. You're going to tell me nobody would have called these numbers. Call this number and ask who this person is. I'm just saying. I do not personally believe it. That's just me. But I don't have to believe it. If it was everywhere, then why hasn't anything been done? Billions of people could have access to this. You can cover a certain amount. You can't cover up over billions having access to something. People in other countries would throw this out there like crazy, if for nothing else to discredit the United States of America. Call who? What do you mean call who? Call any of these numbers. I got it on my screen right now. If you believe in the authenticity of this book and you have access to everything I do here, call any of these numbers. Call this number right here. Right here. Call this number right here. Oops. Didn't know we'd do that. Call this number right here. And ask who it is. Call them. Once again, we don't know what this is. This could be anything. It could be real. But without a true chain of evidence, that's the problem with the conspiracies. Without actual provable facts, provable chain, provable anything, that's the problem. I've never seen anybody's book walking around that looks like this. I am more than willing to be proven wrong. But I gotta be proven wrong. I've never met a single person. And I have a friend who is, I can say that. He is quite high up in a very big company. His book doesn't look like this. I'm actually still impressed he hangs out with me once in a while. Even though our favorite place to hang out is about to close forever. Sucks. He's maintained his love of video games. Amazing. Old school video games. But his book doesn't look like this. He makes probably, 15,000 times a year what I do? Probably more. If you saw his car, you would, yeah. Oof. My poor Trans Am feels a little bit, anemic. But yeah, nobody I know's book looks like this. Especially if you have shit you don't want anybody to know about. But that's where I'm at. You're not even reading it. What am I going to read? What am I reading? It could all be BS. What am I reading? Larry Vysotsky and Donald Trump. And it's got a box around it. And Marty Trust and UPS. Tony Valukas and I can read this all day. It doesn't mean anything. I would have to see multiple people, not one Joe Schmo, even if he's a guy that certifies the original Superman comic as being authentic. I want more than that before we go after a world conspiracy. You can't just have some guy go, yep, it's real, and then put it up for auction. Call any of those numbers. There are numbers all over in this. There is a shitload of numbers all over in this thing. Even just from my little scanning. There are numbers everywhere. Call them. Call the ones that say people. People's names. It's got a lot of people's names are on it. Once again, I don't know what it means. It doesn't mean anything. I see nothing that says this has been third, fourth, and fifth party confirmed as real. It's just one guy says, yep, it's real. Has anybody who ever watched Tango and Cash knows? You don't have to trust the foremost expert. Foremost expert could be dirty. Foremost expert could be coerced. How many experts from different areas, different countries, different places? If this was real and out there, why isn't some country that hates us just screeching about this? Going, hey, here's how bad America is. Here's what their CIA does. Where is Russia screeching about this? This could decimate America in the world stage. Why wouldn't all of our enemies be just ad nauseum blasting this? Those are my questions. Do I think it's real? No. Could it be? Yep. But why wouldn't our enemies with open access to this be screeching it? Quick question. Slow burn, what's up, buddy? Hey, no problem. By the way, let me check Rumble. Rumble, thank you. Appreciate you being here. All right, slow burn. I'm lurking. We got sold a bill of goods and no goods. I agree. I checked out after Iran, Israel. I will email something and give you my thoughts. Oh, no problem, Slowburn. Thank you. And yes, guys, like Slowburn's going to do, you can email me at lionsdenws6@gmail.com. I'm a little lazy, a little slow, but within about 2 to 3 days, I always check that email. I do check it. I get notifications all the time. All right. I do Google Kevin Stacy's work number shows a directory site as Trigger Street Productions, and his name is. But call it and ask. How do you know those alarm codes are real? Have you tried them? We can all say a lot of stuff here. Until you go to this place where this alarm code is good and try it, who's telling you it's good? If it says at Bob's Deli, the alarm code is 5344. Until you go to Bob's Deli and try 5344, how do you know? Well, because somebody told me. Really? Pam Bondi told you something too. Just saying. Yes, I am purposely being the turd in the punch bowl right now. Because I don't want us falling for or believing to or going to down a street where we don't need to be going and shouldn't be going. I don't want us falling from our bullshit and being steered somewhere. How do you know the alarm codes are real? Why? Because somebody told you. I would like to see some independent person go out and try it on camera. I want to see it. Just like police body cam. Police body cams have been epic for the police. And now lefties who wanted them hate them. I want to see the proof. So, yeah, that's me. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? We are at 2 hours and 13 minutes. Okay. Let me check Rumble real quick. I see all of you over there on Rumble. Feel free to chat. And the link up there in the chat is the YouTube chat. If you have anything you want to say, you have a YouTube account, feel free to chat over there. All right. Let's see here. Where was I going with this? Oh, we already did that. Nope. Now, Charlie Kirk. What do you guys think of Charlie Kirk? You know, I just recently found out that Charlie Kirk is like 6'7". I'm nowhere near 6'7". I don't think you have to be super tall to be some epic dude. Vested self-interest, I'm not 6'7". But yow. If you stand with FBI Director Kash Patel, raise your hand. Well, some of these people raising their hand, but I always liked him. Terrible shame. Such a petty argument could cause him to walk. Not implying the Epstein thing was pretty, but in the scope of things, kind of my argument, but it's kind of a big deal as we've discussed. We need to spend a couple hours talking about it because it was tiny. And at the TPUSA event, all the 7,000 plus people there were like, fuck, this Epstein thing sucks. It's important. Over here, after you release who was on the plane to Epstein Island, 100%. It would be helpful if Kash Patel could explain to the public what recourse do the underage victims of Epstein operation have if there is no client list, which is bullshit. While I may not believe your book is epic on the release, we all know by open release and court documents that were talked about then that they redacted and hid Ghislaine Maxwell's records. Hey, okay. Once again, I am glad I told you to bring all the tinfoil you had with you tonight. Let's just say all the Epstein stuff is gone. All of it. All of it's gone. Okay. Where am I going to go with this? I'm betting Jay Watterson knows. Fine. We've already been through the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. We know what documents are there. We know they openly told us they were redacting any list, any ledger, all the other shit she had. So we know if the Epstein stuff is gone, her shit is there. Her shit was entered in evidence. So when you want to post a book like this, that's fine. Oops. Like this, that's fine. But we know the Ghislaine Maxwell stuff was 100% in evidence. It was out there. Done. I lost track of where I was because I am very tired. Oops, didn't mean to close that. But yeah, so the Ghislaine Maxwell stuff would be acceptable. It's been entered into evidence. It's there. We know it's there. So where's that? We know there's something there. They said it. By now they're like, there's nothing. But you assholes convicted a woman and you said you had shit, but you redacted it and hid it from us. But there's nothing. Then let her out of jail. In fact, some people already said, Ghislaine Maxwell's going to get pardoned and released. Maybe. Because if there's no evidence, nothing ever existed, why is she still in jail? And that's a big one that they have a problem with. Why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail for trafficking to nobody? If Jeffrey just downloaded a bunch of child porn, never trafficked anybody, then why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail for trafficking? Just saying. We don't always have to agree, guys, but I'm just saying. So, yeah. Oh, no problem, Far North. Have a good one, buddy. Thank you very much. Do me a favor, hit thumbs up on the way out. And take care of yourself. And hey, Paul looks like he's doing better, dude. I'm not happy with that. All right. See you guys on Rumble. You guys on Rumble, do me a favor, hit thumbs up, please. Don't ask you to subscribe. Just give me a thumbs up for the stream to sit and chit-chat and watch us. All right, let's see here. Oh, I'm not digging up addresses all night, bud. I mean, addresses can be anything. If I give you my address, you call it up, you go, well, yeah, it's a real address. That doesn't mean anything. That means nothing. I want something like Ghislaine Maxwell stuff has been entered into evidence. It has really been entered. It's been adjudicated as fact. It's been investigated and checked. I want that. Why do we not have her stuff? Screw the Epstein stuff. Where's the Ghislaine Maxwell stuff? It's been investigated, adjudicated, and checked. Why don't we have it? Because, well, shit would hit the fan. So, yeah. Well, but no reply. There is no evidence. She trafficked to nobody. Nobody is named in the Ghislaine Maxwell thing, ever. She was found guilty of trafficking, but to who? Nobody. That is illegal under our actual law. And they redacted all her book. They kept it and held it back. So once again, screw Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell has all this shit, and they openly admitted it years ago. But now they're going to tell us nothing exists. There's nothing we can try anybody on, nothing we can arrest anybody on, and Prince Andrew can wander free now. So, woof. It doesn't matter about appeal. No, it doesn't matter about appeal. Her stuff is there, and if they wanted to go after these people, they could have done it. There's been a lot of stuff under appeal. They can still use the evidence there. Because it's already been adjudicated. She's found guilty. She's trafficked. They can still use it. There's been a lot of that that's happened in the past. And by the way, April 20th of 2025. When was she originally found guilty? When was she originally found guilty? They had all that time? Yeah, let's see. I can't spell her name. Goddamn, Mike is in the way. So what you're telling me is for 3 years before her appeal was filed, 2022. Nothing? They just redacted all that and sat on it. Just saying. If Jeffrey Epstein's black book was out there, it would be everywhere. Everybody would be talking about it. Everybody. Everybody from Tim Pool to Benny Johnson, who's a very national inquirer. You would have, let's see, who else? D-Day Cobra would be talking about it. Jeremy from the Quartering going to be talking about this. These are people who don't shy away from about anything and have a huge following. They would be screeching about it, posting this, and talking about it. Hell, how about, oh, come on, what's his name? Yeah, I know, what's his name helps a lot. Oh, my Lord. Hang on, I'll find out. Man, I'm tired. Let's see here. I know. I can see his name in my head. I love when you can't get that out of your mouth. Oh, for God's sakes. Let's go to history. Nope. Oh, for the love of heck. Oh, come on. I got a lot of history. Oh, for heck. I know I'll see it. When I see it, I'll know it. Mark Dice. Mark Dice to be screeching about it. He's been talking about all the Davos stuff and World Economic Forum and all the weird cultist stuff. He'd be talking about it. Mark Dice ain't going to keep this quiet. Come on. You think Glenn Beck would be? There's a lot of big people. I think Asmongold wouldn't be screeching about this. I'm just saying. We don't want to fall into the same conspiracy theory stuff as some people. You don't think that Alex Jones would be just ad nauseum going through this thing, going to people's houses that are in that book, calling the numbers, going off about it all the time. If that man will go off about frog sex changes, he'll go off about this book. So when the big people who are openly nasty about going after this stuff, you don't think James O'Keefe would be screeching about it? Come on, James O'Keefe has done stuff that's got him prosecuted. So, I'm just saying. 3 years ago, who's going to drop it? It is bigger than ever right now. James O'Keefe, Alex Jones would be all over this right now. If my tiny little pissant channel was talking about this, you are not going to tell me that Mark Dice wouldn't be screeching about this right now. As much as great as I think you guys are, I do not think that somebody in Mark Dice's million-plus subscribers, oh, actually, what he's got, like 800,000 subscribers, isn't going to know about this. Let me see. How many does he have? Let's see. Mark Dice, I think he's right 8 or 9,000. So 800,000, I think. 1.9 million. I think somebody would have pointed it out and he'd be talking about it. So yeah, okay. All right, we are going to be out of here in a little bit. By the way, thank you to the people watching on Rumble. I know I say it a lot, but hey, for a small channel at this time of night, getting anybody on Rumble is amazing. For you guys watching on YouTube, thank you very much. By the way, Rumble is beating YouTube. Yep. Actually, Rumble beats YouTube on my views by far, which also, once again, is proof of what YouTube does to hold my pissant little channel back. Yep. Because a platform the size of Rumble, when I post almost no links, I barely ever share it. I barely use any type of tags or anything in there, and it gets sometimes 10 times the views YouTube does. YouTube is a monster compared to Rumble. Just saying. But let's keep moving here. All right, Tucker Carlson. Some of you guys are talking about it. Here's Tucker. Tucker had a few little theories here.
So let's just assess this logically. They're covering up. The DOJ, the current DOJ under Pam Bondi is covering up crimes. Very serious crimes by their own description. Mm-hmm. Why are they doing that?
Yeah.
So there are really only two potential explanations that I can think of. Maybe you've got another. The first is that Trump is involved. That, you know, Trump is on the list. That they've got tape of Trump doing something awful. I don't believe that for two.
Post in the chat. What % chance do you think there is that Trump is on video doing something scurvy? I think it's about 4%. Max.
Two reasons. One, I've talked to Trump about it a lot. And I know him. He's not that, you know, for whatever his sins, I don't think he's that guy, actually. I don't think he likes creepy sex stuff. That's just my view. But moreover, more, I think, convincing is that this is all information that the Biden administration had. And if there was evidence that Trump had been involved in illegal sexual activity, you think the people who made up Russiagate wouldn't have leaked it?
Right.
100%. Not just the Biden administration, the Clinton people, the deep state, the people above them. If they were going to pull a bullet through Trump's ear, they would have, at the least, maybe hid everything on everybody else, but released, hey, look, here's Trump doing some diddling. They could have stopped Trump instantly.
Come on now. So the only other explanation that I can think of, again, maybe you've got another, is that intel services are at the very center of this story, U.S. and Israeli, and they're being protected. I think that seems like the most plausible.
That's the most obvious. They have a history of this. There have been multiple documented cases.
Oh my God, it's Kash Patel's long-lost brother. Holy crap.
Of pedophilia inside of the CIA perpetrated by CIA officers, documented that in many of those cases, I believe over a dozen cases, this was a BuzzFeed news piece years back, where the CIA specifically did not want to prosecute those individuals in federal court for fear that they would reveal sources and methods if they were pulled into open court, and they basically just made it go away. The only time they actually prosecuted somebody for child pornography was whenever he'd already being prosecuted for mishandling classified information.
Well, when they want to crush you, they put kiddie porn in your computer. It's why I don't have a computer. Don't own one.
Yeah, if you're an important person, you should be careful.
I'm not watching another clip right
This
now.
is an important thing, though, is that we already have
I'm already 2.5 hours in, and we've been through a lot. And I've got pulled up some links, but I'm not watching another video. Plus, I'll watch it later. I got it all open over here, but I want to see actual evidence. I want somebody purporting, saying, I want to see a total, honest chain of custody. But I'll look at it. And if it's something there, I will talk about it later.
documented cases of them covering this up. I believe the CIA Inspector General, I forget the exact quote, but he said something along the lines of, you wouldn't even believe the amount of child porn, that I've
Ugh. There is no way Epstein had all this, but nobody could be gleaned off
seen
of it.
while I'm on this job.
So let's just...
No. Then you got a lot of people like this. This is getting real fucked up.
Bongino.
Trump needs to pay attention. As I said earlier, the economy, the illegals, all the peace in the world will not matter if he doesn't get a handle on this.
So now reports are coming in that along with Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, FBI Director Kash Patel is considering resigning because of disagreements with Attorney General Pam Bondi.
We already know Kash Patel isn't. I am wondering if Kash Patel is going to be, Dan Bongino is going to be the only person under this with the integrity to say, fuck this stinks. I don't know. Here, let me ask. Okay, I'm getting the flip-flops. I get it. No problem. We don't have to agree. But let me ask you guys an honest question. If you had to choose one or the other, once again, if you have to choose one or the other, choice one, Donald Trump is on video doing some horrid shit, and that's why he's doing this. Choice two, Donald Trump has been threatened to have his family JFK'd. His family JFK'd over this. Which do you think is more likely? Choice one, he's involved. Choice two, his family will be JFK'd. Which one do you think is more likely?
Over something related to the Epstein files. Now, look, a lot of people are putting the square blame on Pam Bondi for how she's handling this. She's just doing what she's told.
No, this guy's full of shit. Nobody, even the president's not going to tell her to go out and say this shit. Because if she didn't have this, there is no way I'm going on TV. I don't care if God himself tells me, go on TV, say you have this evidence of child predators doing scurvy shit when you don't. Nobody will make me do that. This guy is full of shit. There is no way she's going. If Pam Bondi's being thrown under the bus, it's because she did such a shit job, she put herself in that position to be thrown under that bus wheel. That Greyhound is going to go thump, thump, thump because of her own ineptness and stupidity and or incompetence. So yeah, no.
To do with the Epstein files. And
2. Okay, Bunny says 2 and GTR says 2. If I had to choose between choice 1, Donald Trump is on video doing some diddling, or choice 2, Donald Trump's family has been threatened with JFK type stuff, I'm going 2. So I got 2 answers for 2.
the client list, along with
And
Dan
I know some of you guys do not like the choices like that, but that's what I'm asking. All right, but no, honestly, feel free to let me know.
Because of disagreements with Attorney General Pam Bondi over something related to the Epstein files. Now, look, a lot of people are putting the square blame on Pam Bondi for how she's
at least a lot of it.
She's just doing what she's told to do with the Epstein files and the client list, along with Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. I don't give a shit if Dan Bongino or Kash Patel resign, or if Pam Bondi resigns or gets fired. They owe us an explanation as to why they are actively.
And he is right about that. Good way to freeze him. Left, right, and center agree on this. This should make Trump go, oh shit, Trump is being blind here. I don't care which angle he's looking at this from a I've got to save the world, I've got to save America angle or not. This is huge, and I hope he wakes up to that fact. I hope he wakes up to that fact if he's able to. Or if he's allowed to. How's that? A lot of people have said for years the President of the United States is nothing compared to the real power in our government. Trump went in to go after the deep state. What if the deep state makes Donald Trump look like an amoeba? Because they're that big. I don't know.
Engaged in a cover-up of the Epstein client list and protecting pedophiles. If Dan Bongino and Kash Patel resign, that is not good enough to me. They are not heroes. They owe us a full, detailed explanation to not only tell us what they know about the files and the client list, but why they were actively engaging in a cover-up of protecting the...
All right. As we talked about earlier, we are talking about, let's say, a PSYOP, a blackmail gathering, info gathering operation that could span multiple governments around the world, multiple deep state agencies, multiple rich and powerful big families. This guy, you owe us an explanation. The very fact that some people will talk about how big and powerful the people are behind this, how many big and powerful people are behind this, and they go, well, you should just come out and talk about it. It's a little fucked up that people can talk out of both sides of their mouth. As I've answered or said a bunch of times, would you, if somebody comes to you and said, we will off every single person in your family over the next 5 to 10 years, and then we will make sure to delete you from the internet and any physical records we can get, not only will you disappear, your whole family and legacy would disappear. Would you then go, yep, I'm releasing the Epstein stuff? How many people would say, yep, my son, my daughter, grandson, granddaughter, niece, nephew, father, mother, daughter, son, whatever, grandmother, cousin? These are people that can delete presidents and possibly other world leaders. We are talking about people that could be the cabal. If you want to go super tinfoil, the cabal, the top people that rule the world, have toppled governments and steered this planet for generations. How do you stand in that? Even Elon Musk may be a speck to these people. So, how many will put that out there where you are willing to say, yep, sorry to my son and my daughter, you're gone. Sorry to my son and daughter and their children, you're gone. because I'm going to put this out. I don't know how many people would actually do that. So yeah, just curious. Just curious. How many would just do that? How many of you watching have kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, fathers, mothers, that you would just say, sorry, Mom, you're done. I'm going to release this. You're all going to be offed within the next 5 years. Yep. Not many people would do that. Maybe not even Dan Bongino.
The pedophiles on Epstein Island and on Epstein's list. They owe us so much more of an explanation.
Easy for this guy to talk. Easy for him to talk, me to talk, a lot of us to talk.
And they are not heroes just because they resign.
We are down here. I'm a nothing. I'm a nobody. I could be disappeared tomorrow and nobody would blink. These are people that could disappear. High profiles, presidents. So yeah, I don't know. How many of us would actually stand up for it? Stand up against it? And I'm asking direct questions, you guys, for a reason. Could you really stand up against this? Could you say, yep, I will never let that happen? Yeah. Trump is urging MAGA not to waste time and energy on Epstein. You shouldn't have said you're going to release the stuff then. No, you shouldn't have. Shouldn't have. I can pull up article upon article. It seems like we're going around in circles. Possibly we are. Quick aside here. How many of you guys knew, I'm sure every one of you, because you're very astute, realize that all the riots are still going on, even though they're very, very muted. In fact, I'm betting nobody's on right now. Let's see. But the riots are still going on out west. Isn't that amazing? So, yeah. Let's see what we got going on here. Not much. What we got going on here? Not much. It's pretty small. I'm just waiting for you guys to reply. How many of you would be willing to let your whole family be deleted? Deleted. If they came to you, put a picture in front of you, said, boy, it's too bad all these people, accidents do happen. Boy, it'd be crazy if in the next 5 years all these people were gone. Would you be like, still doing it? And that is a direct question to you guys in the chat. Would you still do it? I'm going to bet very few would look at their son and their daughter, niece, nephew, father, mother, whatever, and go, yep, sorry. You gotta go away now, little sissy, little Jenny, little Joseph. I'm just saying. All right. So, let me go back here to YouTube instead of Rumble. AXN is live. All right. But I'm still waiting for you guys to answer me. We'll look around a little bit real quick before we leave, but I want an answer. How many of you, if the government came to you or the cabal came to you and said, your son and your daughter, sons and daughters, niece, nephew, your whole family will be deleted in 5 years. How many go, well, too bad, I'm still doing it. I'm just want to know. GTR, not many. Certainly not me. Family comes before everything no matter what. Yeah, that's it right there. That's what they depend on. Not only is it family, this is your legacy. Your family's history. You could be deleted from the record. Even some pissant. They could make even big people like Trump go away. Almost never be spoken of within 30 years. They can delete people. Martino, I tried searching one of Jeffrey's emails on my spring and it went to LinkedIn. Woof. So far, GTR. By the way, thank you very much, my friend. You gave me a direct answer. I appreciate that. So as many, and I'm going to take that to mean that the rest of you wouldn't do it. As much as you can bitch, moan, opine about what these people should be doing, you yourself. They came and put a picture of your family, your whole family reunion. Look at all these amazing people. You would also back down. Yeah, Bunny, family first. There we go. Two people who will admit that if they did this to Bongino or anything else, you would also do the same thing that maybe some of these people have been doing. Once again, you talk about how powerful these people are, how big, how amazing, how scary, how they change the course of human history regularly. But you got to take them down. What do you do when they come for you? So far I got two. Not to be a bigger dick than normal. Yes, I am a jackass. I'm a dickhead. I'm a Jerkosaurus Rex. Whatever you want to call me. But it's telling when people don't answer that question. What would I do? Somebody came to me, said my kids, my nieces, my nephews, my wife's nieces and nephews, one of them who I am extremely attached to. What would I say if they were going to be all deleted? If I didn't back down, I'm sorry, I'd probably back down. Call me weak. But yes, family means something. My extended family on my side and my wife's side means amazingly amount to me. And I'm betting most of you out there feel the same way. As Bunny and GTR said, family is first. Family is everything. Family is your history. Not just your current family, your past. They have the means to, if we are talking about a cabal, they can delete your family from existence. Past and current and future. Well, Bunny, let's play devil's advocate. Actually, let's play all the evil person's advocate here. Donald Trump was a businessman, a mogul, a rich guy. What if Donald Trump really did go in meaning this, and then once he's in there, bullet through the ear? Think about it. Bullet through the ear. That is a huge wake-up call. How many of us would still, later, bullet goes through the ear, misses our brain because we turned our head half a second earlier. Then they come to you once you're in the presidency and go, boy, these are great looking people. Thankfully, nothing's happened to them. What if even Donald Trump had no clue how big and powerful this is? We can say anything we want. I hate to sound like Tim Poolby, milquetoast fence sitter here. How many, if they came to you with that, Donald Trump himself may not have had a clue how big and powerful these people were. He may have thought, like a lot of us, conspiracy theory stuff, whatever, whatever. But now, he's in there. They've tried taking shots, and then they come to him and go, Epstein, you won't be releasing that. You release that, Barron disappears. You release it. I'm not saying they'd openly say it, but what if they did? What if they were so ballsy? Barron will go and nasty. Your wife will go, and nasty. Your other sons and daughters will go, and in a nasty way. We will delete Donald Trump from history. Donald Trump likes his legacy. Imagine that. What if Trump had no clue how big and powerful of a shit he was getting in the middle of? I'm just saying. Then he owes his voters an apology, does he? Does he? Would you, if somebody came and threatened your family, and by the way, if you go out and say anything else, Bunny, you get your family off, would you go out and apologize to your voters? No. You'd be doing what Donald Trump is. You'd be just angry because you're scared shitless your family's about to be offed. You'd be out there doing the same thing Trump did, going, oh my God, are we still talking about this? If they came to you and said, we're going to off your family if you say anything, if you apologize, do any of this weird stuff, if you do anything weird to amp this up, we're going to take them out. Would you? No. You've already said family first. You'd be quiet as church mouse, except you would show indignation. You would show the anger going, stop talking about it. Stop talking about it because you're going to get my family offed. That's just going through your head. If you do not shut up about this, my family could disappear. You'd be scared shitless and angry that your family might be offed. You wouldn't go out, by the way, I apologize, everybody, and poof, your family gets offed. No, you're not. All right. So, no, you would not apologize. Did they? Show me proof they called them. Just because somebody says it. Once again, we are talking about just little things. And I'm opening every link and saving them. I'll go through them later. I called every book, every number. Did they? Just saying. And once again, I'm still waiting for a real answer. If this was real, why is my computer stuck there? If this is real, why are none of our enemies talking about this? People love to take Trump down. People love to take down America down. It'd be used instantly. Used instantly. Where's the proof Trump was threatened? Yeah. I'm just throwing out theories. I'm not posting links. I'm throwing out theories. I've openly said this is a tinfoil night. I've said it multiple times. Get the tinfoil. More tinfoil than you've ever seen in your life. I've said that. I'm throwing out multiple theories. I think that's what we're going to do tonight. Throw out theories and conjecture. But if you want to throw out one way, I'm going to throw out the other. We have to have all angles. Because we're not lefties. Lefties just stick with one side. The rest of us can think and look at all angles. I never said I was throwing out facts. Feel free to go back and show me where I said I was throwing out facts. In fact, I believe I started the stream out by saying, get the tinfoil. We are going to be supposing. I didn't say I had any proof. But if your family was threatened, you would not come out and apologize and get your family offed. Because that would be confirming what people thought. I apologize that I'm not releasing the Epstein stuff because it's bigger than I thought and I can't do it. Boom, your family's gone. You'd be angry that people still think about it. You're scared shitless for your family. You would have the same reaction Trump is having. And once again, conjecture. Conspiracy theory night. All right. No reply. I'm not opening any more links tonight. I am 3 hours plus in. Or about 3 hours in, and I'm about done. I've got them all open up here, and I'm going to look at them later when I get up later today. If I still have a voice. It could be real and not widespread yet. As I said, this was a conspiracy theory night, so I'm not discounting what you guys are putting up. But I'm going to ask questions the other way. The problem is, You can post all the links you want. None of them are proving it. They can say they called the numbers. I can say what I want. None of us have actual proof. The most proof I've ever seen is the Ghislaine Maxwell stuff. And that was all kept under wraps, secret and closed up. So, yeah. When even James O'Keefe can't get to it, something reeks. The Ghislaine Maxwell info is what I want. Everything's sealed. And anybody that purports to have that is a liar. That stuff was 100% sealed up. It was sealed tighter than a frog's butt. So, yep. All right. So, I don't know if I had anything else for you guys. We're going to talk about something I saw real quick. This came across my feed and I saved it right away. What the shit? Just going to end on, I like to end on a little happiness. This isn't real happiness. This is a what the fuck moment when I was watching my wife early today. When she got off work, I'm like, you got to see this. She went, holy shit, replayed it. So yes, to you guys, please do me a favor. We don't have to agree, but please hit like for the stream. If you want, please subscribe either on Rumble or YouTube. Also, all the links to the rest of my social media are in the description for the video on YouTube and Rumble. But this is a little freaky. Saw this earlier. It's like, what the shit? Oh, wait a second. I had the video. Here it is. Dude. I don't know if anybody's seen this. It's come across my what the hell feed. Holy shit. This guy he decided to just self-delete. He's running from all these airport security and workers. Watch this crap. It's not clear, but watch what happens. It's weird how he runs into the jet engine right there. What is that? This is like some cartoon crap. Dude, when I saw this, we were watching this earlier, I was like, what the hell? What is that? Seriously, I know this is a big switch from holy shit, world controlling conspiracies to this, but what is this? He runs up and runs into and jumps into the side of a jet motor. Either he doesn't know how jets work, he's waiting to touch it and like a bug zapper, bzz, drop, or there's something goofy going on. I mean, did they check his blood alcohol level or do a toxicology? What is that? Who does this? Run up, boom. Oh my God, it didn't off me. And then he runs around and here, watch his feet. Watch this. I'll be quiet. Whoops. You can barely see it. Watch his feet on the left side. Whoop! Boom! Whoops! It looks like he ran himself right into a jet engine. What the shit? For people like me that grew up in the Quad Cities, this is Milan, not Milan. Yes, we have Milan, Illinois as part of the Quad Cities. Not 4 cities. Don't even get me going about it. This guy didn't stand in front of a jet engine. Just Stop Oil protester, was he? Because they had a link to the guy here somewhere. He was not a passenger, airport employee, evaded all security checks. The flight was preparing for departure. I didn't see anything where he was a Stop Oil protester, but boy, you know what? GTR, he could be. And this guy is stupid. What is with the running into the engine, though? It looks like a cartoon. I mean, right there. Whoop, and his feet go off the ground. Oh, the guy up front here is like, oh my God, yeah. Sucked in a jet engine at Milan, not Milan, sorry. In my area, you want to say Milan, Illinois. The aircraft was en route to Spain on Tuesday morning when the incident occurred at Milan Airport. That sounds like you're already in Spain, right? Oh, that's Italy. Milan, Italy, right? My bad. The man in mid-30s was deceased after accessing a runway, be sucked in a jet engine. I don't see anything yet that says he's... Okay, you were joking. I thought you probably were, but you know what? Cover my butt. Ugh. This is supposedly the guy right here. Supposedly. Whoops. There we go. Oh, come on. Where is he? Him. Supposedly that's him. Andrea Russo, 35. I don't know. That's freaky. Thing is, he bounced off the motor on the side, the first engine. I mean, what in the shit? Throw himself at one of the two turbofans. Well, yeah, I don't. I'm not seeing, I don't know, I'm not seeing any reason yet posted here, but what the shit? Maybe they'll get to his house and find out he had a letter he left. Can you imagine you're on a jet plane? You get ready to take off. You look out the window and see a guy dive into the engine. Then you hear that engine go. Dude, you're not taking off till you check that friggin' thing out. Man. Some people saw something through the window and put their hands to their heads. They told us it was best not to look out because what was happening is very unpleasant. That just makes everybody want to look out. Jeez. A very sensitive problem involving a person. Well, you gotta wonder, is this just some nutbag? I mean, yeah, that guy freaked out right there. Oh my God. Okay, police sources. This is like in America. It was known by the FBI. Police sources said the man had a history of drug problems. Why is it all the craziest people are out wandering among us? They're not in homes. They're not being anythinged. They're just out among us. Yet, if you steal a Snickers bar or vote for the wrong person, you'll go to jail. But you know what? If you're a nutcase or a drug addict, hey, you're out and about among us. Just curious. What the hell? And it seems like it's not just in America, everywhere. If you're one of the worst of the worst, the nuttiest of the nuttiest, you're going to be out wandering around us. That is scary. Excuse me. The plane, which has engines that can spin nearly 15,000 RPM, guys. You have to say rotations per minute. Ugh. It's a wonder you can come out of there looking like ground round. One person not on board and not affiliated company seriously injured. What? How was somebody else seriously injured? When the guy beat him up, punched him or something? I'm just curious. I'm just trying to go through as I don't know if they saw anything besides this guy had a history of drug problems. So yeah, that was my kind of ending for the night. Not overly happy, but we could talk about Mike Benz here if we felt like it, but it is time. I am very tired. I was tired when I came on. Only the caffeine has kept me going. So let me go here and go poof, boing. All right. We'll do a quick chitty chat and get out of here. But I do thank you guys for showing up, coming in here, hanging out and talking. Did I not do what I thought? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. But I do thank you guys for coming in and talking. Thank you, GTR. Thank you, Martino. Thank you, Jay Waters. Thank you, No Reply, Buckle Bunny, and to the Texan and the rest, and to you guys over on Grumble. Thank you very much for stopping in. Do me a favor. Please give me a thumbs up. You don't have to subscribe. Just give me a thumbs up on the stream. I've kind of sadly given up on the subscription since I sat down at the analytics and looked, and YouTube is not going to let it happen no matter what. If you want to subscribe, feel free. Will it do any good? I don't think so. I think this channel will never get any bigger. I've had bigger channels. Don't care. I'm still going to be on here. Whenever I get a chance, I will be on here chit-chatting and talking. But I do appreciate you guys stopping in. I do. GTR, thank you very much. To the rest of you, Bunny, thank you for getting up and being here. Thank you for the flip-flops, everybody. Flip-flops in the chat, feel free. I know I got to type in. Let's see, how do I have to do it here? Emoji. You go in like that, and you go, there it is. Boom, there's mine. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I know we don't always agree, but I appreciate, as I said when we came in here tonight, we were going to be doing a huge tinfoil hat night. And for those of you who participated in throwing out the tinfoil hat stuff, and yes, I did not discount for any of your links. I did not open. I do have them open over here. And I will not delete them before I look them up. Will I agree? Maybe. Will I not? Maybe not. Maybe you change my mind. Maybe not. But nothing wrong with participating in tinfoil hat when I say that's what we're going to do. All right, guys. It is 5:40 a.m. and wow, that is late. I've had 3 hours stream and I've had maybe 4 hours of sleep in the last 36 hours. So thank you very much. Have a good one, guys. I'm not going to dawdle getting out of here. Talk to you later. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. And let's hope your Sunday, if that's where you're getting a Sunday, is free and clear from problems. We'll see how it goes.